New Hampshire family torn by tragedy. Their 2-year-old girl found dead after she wandered outside all alone.
Detours for drivers still in effect after a fire in Cambridge. The road closures you need to know before you head out.
Also, growing questions about President Donald Trump's possible ties to Russia, with the president's pick for attorney general headed now to hearings on the Hill.
And the Patriots ready to defy the doubters again. Early underdogs for their clash with the Chiefs.
This is 7 News Today in New England.
Good morning, everybody. A live look over your city skyline. It's 5 o'clock on your Tuesday as we get ready to kick off another day. As we inch closer toward the middle of the week, thanks so much for waking up with us here on 7 News Today in New England. I'm Chris Anderson.
And I'm Caitlin McCulley. I didn't feel the wind whipping quite as badly this morning, did you?
No, the temperature's still low. It's just that wind.
I know. You know what? That wind makes all the difference when the temperatures are so low. Hi, Sol.
Yeah, definitely. It's not feeling as cold as it was yesterday, but for the kids, you definitely want to bundle up for the bus stop. Right now, temperatures are ranging anywhere from the teens to low 20s. By the bus stop, hats and gloves definitely needed throughout today because it's going to be another cold one. And again, just not as cold as we were yesterday, thankfully. Then by lunchtime, looking at some chilly conditions, temperatures close to about 30 degrees. And then eventually, yes, we are going to make it past that freezing mark as we head towards the afternoon. Most of us will hit into the mid-30s later on today. And then tomorrow, we're dry and into Thursday as well. Then looking at the chance for some light snow and a mix Friday morning, and then possibly a bigger mix as we head into the next weekend.
All right, first look at the roadways now. It's 5:02 just about. Here's Elena with what we need to know.
Chris, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Empty out on the roadways, especially on the Pike, wide open. Not a lot of company all the way from 495 into the city. The expressway, a similar story from Braintree up to Boston. It's going to be a good commute if you leave right now. Very green on the maps. No crashes, no breakdowns. Maybe some overnight construction wrapping up. That's it. So a quick drive time, just 12 minutes from 128 in. And if you're taking the trains, they're all on time.
Now at 5, heartbreaking story, a toddler tragedy for a family in New Hampshire. Their 2-year-old girl found dead outside in the elements of their home in Newport. Investigators believe the girl wandered out of the house overnight, then couldn't get back in.
Yeah, now the family is trying to cope with their heartbreaking loss. 7's John Coco has more.
It says, "For Sophie, love Logan, we miss you."
A community heartbroken. Neighbors leaving cards and stuffed animals for 2.5-year-old Sophia Van Schoik. She was found unresponsive in the bitter cold at the bottom of these steps outside her Newport, New Hampshire home Monday morning.
She was very precocious, very active, very happy little girl.
Sophia's grandfather, too distraught to show his face on camera, says the family is devastated. Investigators believe Sophia woke up around 4 in the morning, wandered outside, then couldn't get back in. Neighbors found her 3 hours later and called 911, but it was too late for the little girl, who was barefoot in her pajamas. Her grandfather says the family just moved to this home a few days ago and believes Sophia was disoriented.
We'll never know what happened. She was at the bottom of the stairs. Why didn't she go back up the stairs? Did she fall down the stairs? We don't know.
A neighbor told police he heard a child crying but couldn't see anything. A preliminary autopsy shows Sophia died from exposure to the cold and hypothermia.
For any other parent to have to deal with something like this and the loss is a lot. And my deepest condolences to the family.
The police chief is calling Sophia's death an accident.
The temperature here on Main Street was 8 below zero, so we were experiencing, very frigid temperatures.
John Coco, 7 News Today in New England.
All right, new this morning, detours remain in effect in Cambridge. Firefighters cleaning up more than 24 hours after 2 apartment buildings caught fire. Officials say the fire started in the basement of a building on Hunting Street early Monday morning. 1 firefighter was taken to the ER after slipping on ice. About 20 people were left without a home. The fire forcing road closures in Cambridge throughout the morning. Cambridge Street will be detoured at Windsor Street and at Cardinal Medeiros Avenue. Hunting Street will be closed at South Street, and Berkshire Street will also be closed at Marcella Street. Also new this morning, students in Sandwich are going back to class. School officials say a water problem flooded the back of the school Monday, forcing students to be sent home. That problem has since been fixed.
Happening today now, confirmation hearings for President Trump's Attorney General nominee William Barr are set to begin. Since Republicans control the Senate, it's likely that Barr will be confirmed. He has publicly condemned special counsel Robert Mueller's work on the Russia investigation, but according to prepared testimony released on Monday, Barr intends to tell lawmakers he will let Mueller finish the probe, and he thinks the results should be made public. All of this taking place with growing questions about President Donald Trump's relationship with Russia and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The New York Times has reported that the FBI investigated the possibility that the president was actually working for Russia. That was followed by another report that President Trump took his interpreter's notes after at least one meeting with Putin to keep what was discussed private. Some Democratic lawmakers now suggesting that the interpreter should be subpoenaed.
This is also day 25 of the government shutdown. President Trump declaring that he will never back down in his pursuit of the border wall, with Democrats showing no signs of movement either. But the president did take time out to host an unusual dinner at the White House. And 7's Matt Rascone is here now with more on the details. Matt.
Yeah, Caitlin, the country's longest government shutdown means many White House employees are furloughed. So the president bought fast food for the Clemson football team. While outside the White House, hundreds of thousands are running out of patience as week 4 of the shutdown drags on.
I will never, ever back down. I didn't need this fight.
Not backing down, but not moving forward either. Neither the president nor Democrats are budging in their demands.
It is a travesty. We should all be outraged, and we should call it what it is. I mean, this president has effectively taken our government hostage.
The government remains shut down for one reason and one reason only. The Democrats will not fund border security.
Mr. President, when are you going to help us open the government?
One of the best teams ever in the history of college football.
President Trump welcomed the national champion Clemson Tiger football team to D.C., offering a fast food feast since much of the White House staff is furloughed because of the country's longest government shutdown.
We have Big Macs, we have Quarter Pounders with cheese, we have everything that I like, that you like. And I know no matter what we did, there's nothing you can have that's better than that.
Others, furloughed or working without pay, aren't so optimistic. Many worry with TSA and air traffic controllers impacted, airport problems will only get worse.
It's real. We're doing it. The shutdown's got to end. No longer a political issue now. It's a human issue.
Still, some are trying to make the best of it. In the North End, struggling federal workers can get a free meal at Polly's.
My heart went out to them, and I'm like, I wanted to do something, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to give them a free lunch.
It's really great, especially for the people who are not furloughed and they have to work every day without pay. It's really stressful for them.
Well, the Coast Guard is the only military branch affected by the shutdown because it falls under the unfunded Homeland Security. 42,000 active duty members will miss their first paycheck today. Matt Rascone, 7 News, Today New England.
An Iowa Republican stripped of his seats on congressional committees. The reason, comments he made about white supremacy. House Republican leaders voted Monday night to remove Congressman Steve King from the Judiciary and Agriculture committees. He faced backlash after he reportedly told the New York Times he did not understand why terms like white supremacy are offensive. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says they took action because they do not agree with what King said.
As leader of this party, I want to make sure we made it swift and we did something very quickly to send a clear message about that.
Current Utah Senator and former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney has called for King to resign over his comments. King says his words have been mischaracterized and that he rejects white supremacy. Here at home, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh will deliver his annual State of the City address tonight. It will happen at Symphony Hall. The mayor will review the city's progress and lay out his agenda for his next year in office. The program begins at 6:45 p.m. The mayor's speech scheduled to start around 7:30.
Okay, to the Pats in the playoffs now, and they're preparing to face a tough Kansas City Chiefs squad. TB12's bunch defying the doubters with a decisive win over the Chargers over at Gillette following what some described as a subpar regular season. The Patriots are early underdogs going into Sunday's showdown against the Chiefs at Arrowhead and working to do something that hasn't been easy this season, win on the road.
You know, a lot of people didn't think we could beat the Chargers. You know, we wanted to go out and really, play our best, make a statement.
The Patriots making their biggest statement of the season, steamrolling the Chargers and shutting down the noise from their doubters.
We see it, but it doesn't affect how we prepare. we love practicing. We love playing with each other, preparing. We're going to take advantage of that and come out ready to go no matter what.
Our team is fought through a lot all year. At different times, over the course of a season, you have ups and downs, and I thought we were just, really poised to have a great performance.
And they'll need another great performance to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, where they're 8-1 this season. Keep in mind the Patriots haven't won a road playoff game since 2006.
Everyone's going to be picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that, they could pick whoever they want.
We understand we're going into a hostile environment, but, we got a chance to change that. We got an opportunity to change that as far as, going in with high energy, high intensity.
The Patriots now just one win away from their third straight Super Bowl, and sounds like they're ready to bring everything they've got to Kansas City.
It's the end of the race, but there's still the most important parts are ahead of us, and that's when you got to just try to keep digging deeper.
It's probably going to take everything they've got this week in Kansas City. If the Pats want to play that disrespect card once again on Sunday, they're more than welcome as a 3-point underdog heading into Arrowhead. It's going to be a showdown there for that AFC crown. And 7 News has your AFC Championship game covered for you. 7's Trey Dare will have live reports from Kansas City starting on Thursday, and Sports Director Joe Ambrosino will join him there for his live reports on Sunday.
Quite a showdown indeed. We're looking forward to it.
It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, there's much more still ahead on Today in New England. From legends to Legos, elementary school students in Peabody showing off their unique Pats portrait.
And on just one station, a creepy conversation with a camera, a high-tech home invasion that left a Boston couple on edge.
And risky rescues, crews racing against time after 2 different people fall through thin ice.
And we're dry the next few days, and then looking at the chance for some snow as we head into Friday. Details coming up.
So far, not too bad out on the roadways, but I'll let you know if there are any problem spots after the break.
Now, 7 weather with meteorologist Hazel Martinez.
Well, good morning, everyone. Another cold start to the day here with some sunshine as the sun comes up. The sunshine is going to stick around through the first part of the day, then slowly we are going to see some extra cloud cover through this afternoon. Right now, dealing with temperatures into the upper teens to low 20s in most spots. It's 25 degrees here in the city. Regardless of where you are, it's cold out there. Definitely bundle up as you head out the door. And then as we head into this afternoon, not going to be as cold as it has been lately. 33 to 39 degrees for our highs, right where we should be for this time of year, with just a northwest wind right around 5 to 10. And again, seeing some sun throughout the first part of the day, then some extra cloud cover in the afternoon. Then as we head into your day tomorrow on Wednesday, looking at some extra clouds, a cold front will slowly start to move in, and that's what's going to fuel in some extra cloud cover throughout the day. Then Thursday, a high pressure builds, and we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. Thursday looking to be cold thanks to that cold front that moves through. Temperatures drop right down into the upper 20s, and then another low pressure system moves through as we head into Thursday night and into Friday morning. That gives us a chance for some light snow and a mix, really. So that chance for some snow is mainly for everyone. Some light snow and flurries possible early Friday morning for the commute, with some light snow and rain mainly along the immediate coastline. Not expecting much accumulation with the system. It is a weak system that moves through, but definitely keeping an eye on a system that's moving in this weekend. Here are the potential tracks for the system as of now. It is more likely that it takes the yellow track, or rather the red track, which means that it's going to be a messy mix because the more it goes up, the more warmer air comes with it and the more it mixes instead of just being some snow. So here is the latest track with that system. There's that Friday system that brings in some light snow, and then the potential for this low to move into our area. As of right now, as I mentioned, Saturday night into Sunday and possibly extending into Monday morning, it's just looking like a messy mix. Really, what's going to determine this is the rain and snow line, and right now it's just looking like it might start off as snow and then turn to rain and then back to snow. So we're just going to go with a messy mix for next weekend, and that's on Saturday. Tomorrow, again, looking at just a chilly breeze with temperatures close to about 40 degrees, and then Thursday we're cold again with temperatures in the upper 20s. By Friday, some light snow possible throughout the morning commute. Saturday, just a few flurries late in the day, and then Sunday, that's when we're looking at that chance for that storm to move in.
All right, time now for fast track traffic with Elaine and Pinto. How the roads looking like this Tuesday?
Looking pretty good, actually, out on the roadways. Not a lot going on. A live look at Route 1 South Bend and Saugus. We're looking fine here. It's going to be fine pretty much all the way on Route 1 into the city. Even the Tobin is looking good, too. The Pike, same story. Wide open from 495 into Boston. Very green. Out on the maps, too. No crashes, no breakdowns. A quick drive time. Just about 12 minutes or so across the board. And if you're taking the trains in, they're on time.
Now, a story you'll see on just one station. A home hack leaving a Roxbury couple terrified after they discovered they were being watched. They say they woke up when they heard two voices threatening them overnight.
And it turns out the voices were coming from their security camera. It's a story you'll see on just one station.
Felt more safe outside the house than inside the house, right? And that's not how it's supposed to be.
A terrifying moment for two parents in Boston.
There was some talk of, like, watch yourself and watch your girl.
Just after 11 o'clock Sunday night, the couple woke to two male voices inside their home. But the men weren't physically inside. They were looking inside through the family's Nest security cameras.
When I was looking up at the camera, he was responding. So when I looked up, he responded, you know, what the F are you looking at?
The husband says the men continued to use vulgar language and threaten them before the homeowner ripped the cameras from the wall, deleted the software, and called 911.
I'm going to read the call to you so you don't think, caller states someone hacked his camera at his house.
We thought our safety was in jeopardy, so we just reacted.
Nest is owned by Google. In December, another family in Arizona reported they were hacked. In response, Google said in part, quote, "We are aware that passwords exposed in other breaches may be used to access cameras." Then in a separate statement, Google said, "We encourage all customers to use two-factor verification for added account security."
Yeah, you just feel like kind of violated, right? Like, we bought these devices in order to give us, you know, kind of the peace of mind and the sense of security, and quite the opposite happened.
Boston police told the couple they will increase patrols in their neighborhood, but as far as what you can do at home, tech experts recommend you have complex passwords, change them often, and have a different password for different devices. It's good advice there. That's really all you can do.
No, it's technology. Yeah. It's neat. It's cool, but it can be hacked, so you got to be careful. All right, coming up here on the news station, closing time for a handful of area grocery stores. What store officials say is to blame for the Shaw's shutdowns.